I was in this one, I think it was like a Beyonce versus Rihanna. I'm Navy down, you know what I mean? So I was representing the Navy. He was talking about Beyonce, and I must have said something crazy. It was like 1,000 people in this room. And funny enough, my two eventual co-founders was in the room listening to me talk. And they literally, one of them added all three of us in a group chat. And they just got on me and they was like, what are you saying? Like, you really think Rihanna can compete with Beyonce? I'm like, bro, like, outside of her being my wifey, like, yes, right? Yeah, so my name is Kasim Kabbara, and I'm the co-founder of Front Row Live. Yeah, so Front Row Live, we call ourselves the Live Music Mecca. We're a live music platform where pretty much if you are an artist that is looking for a 10 to 15 minute performance that you can shoot all in 6K, you can pretty much come to our platform. We'll help find you a band, because one thing about us is we want to make sure that artists perform to the top of their abilities. So we'll find you a band, we've got a studio, you just pretty much come perform 10, 15 minutes and we'll post it on YouTube. But also too, we're the only live music platform, Tiny Desk don't do this, Colors don't do this, that actually put your audio on streaming for you, and we chop it up as well. So that's pretty much what Front Row Live do. And we also have a VIX sector called Front Row Functions, where pretty much we throw mixers and artist showcases to pretty much just give you even more exposure. So. All right, so the vision behind Front Row Live, yeah, pretty much we were building a world around music. So it started off in 2022. I was living in DC, and I pretty much was just talking on this app called Clubhouse with one of my other friends that I went to college with. Shout out to Josh, that's my dog. So pretty much we were on Clubhouse, audio app, just chopping it up. Just, you know what I mean? Just doing what we do, because it's COVID, like nobody's outside, you know? So we were just yapping. And pretty much I was in this one, I think it was like a Beyonce versus Rihanna. I'm Navy down, you know what I mean? So I was representing the Navy. He was talking about Beyonce, and I must have said something crazy. It was like 1,000 people in this room. And funny enough, my two eventual co-founders was in the room listening to me talk. And they literally, one of them added all three of us in a group chat. And they just got on me and they was like, what are you saying? Like, you really think Rihanna can compete with Beyonce? I'm like, bro, like, outside of her being my wifey, like, yes, right? So pretty much I was doing that, and like me and my two other co-founders, we just talking about music every day. And one thing I love about my two co-founders is they went to UT too with me. I graduated from UT Austin. We all in the same age range. One graduated in 2019, I graduated 2020, and the other one graduated 2021, right? And so pretty much we all had a great background in music, and that pretty much led to one day after a year of having this group chat, one of my co-founders was like, why don't we start our own platform where pretty much we can bring all these different artists in and we shoot them live, because the concerts we've been going to have not been it. So pretty much I was like, yeah, like I got the film background, I'll shoot it. The other one was like, I got a band, I know I got a band and I can be in the band myself. So that's pretty much that. And the other one have just do all the administrative work, and that's pretty much how Front Row Live started. It started as a platform where pretty much similar to a Tiny Desk, where you have a platform and you as an artist come on our platform and you perform strictly with a band, because nowadays nobody perform with a band no more. And it's no retakes, it's just one take all the way through, and it's no lip singing, there's no redos, you just go straight through it and show how true of an artist you are. So that's pretty much how Front Row Live started, and it's kind of crazy to see how much you have grown now into us doing events, us doing mixers, us actually building an actual community in different cities where people know us. We sell merch now, and it's crazy where I can go to LA or Chicago and I see people wear this exact shirt. I'm like, what the heck? Like I remember being in my crib designing this shirt and getting impressed myself. So it's pretty crazy, and that's pretty much the vision behind Front Row Live. The why behind Front Row Live is there's so many artists who don't get opportunities. Like when you see these big platforms, On the Radar, right? On the Radar may charge you $1,000, $2,000 just to be on their platform. Tiny Desk, they gotta choose you. Colors, they gotta choose you. With our platform, are we a little selective? For sure, just for quality control, but anybody can be on the platform on our platform, and we help teach you everything you need. Like if you have a hard time performing, we'll help you learn how to perform. With visually, I work with all of our artists, and so far we have shot in our year and a half of being a platform, we have shot in 45 artists who've been on our YouTube. So that's 45 artists signed. Some of them signed to Rock Nation, some of them are signed to crazy labels. Some of them are just indie artists who just trying to break through, just need quality visuals, who never performed before. It don't matter your experience level, anybody can be on our platform, and that's our why, just to get the brand out there and get more exposure for artists. I seen an artist, I think our 4th artist that we ever had on there. Shout out to Dende, he's in Houston. He was just an indie artist, just grinding, and literally from him being on platform, and he went on Genius and had a viral clip on there. He's now signed to one of the biggest labels in the world and looking like one of the best R&B artists out, right? We have some other artists that in the works that I can't say, that are trying to be on our platform and see the vision. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what we can do. We had the artist, that's her name, literally she just got off tour with A Boogie, and now about to drop her debut, looking crazy. So we have worked with all different types of artists, and some of the artists who've been on our platform have made them be seen by labels, get them deals. So that's our why. We just want to help the next generation, or even the current generation. We just want to help everybody achieve their dreams. So out of the 45 artists, I want to say we have seen 5 or 6 of the artists actually got signed after they've been on our platform. And some of them was already in talks, so I won't say it's us as the main factor, but our quality, our content have helped that, right? For example, Bria Janae, right before she got on our platform, she was actually signed to The Dream, and she was going indie for the first time. And now she's looking like she's about to be signed. Byron Wan, that's my dog from North Carolina. Right now he's going crazy on TikTok, got over 100, 200K on TikTok, over 100K on Instagram. He's looking like he's about to be signed. Dende, signed to Rock Nation now. We have a couple artists that I'm thinking about that I don't want to say like their business. I'll say one more, Sticky the Minutes from Dallas. She's signed to LVRN right now. All of these are people who were not signed before they got on our platform. And immediately after, or a couple months after, I would say part due to the content and the way that we market, they have now are signed to big labels doing amazing things, and they still part of our Front Row family. So it's very possible. I'm loving what we're doing, and that's just the Front Row Live portion of what we do. So yeah. I guess we do pride ourselves on being artist friendly. So yeah, before you got to start, if nobody's giving you an opportunity, we'll give you an opportunity. We'll give you an opportunity. Now, it is a service for sure. So majority of the artists that come on our platform, they do pay us to shoot it, to find a band for them, for any of the other prep and just teaching them how to perform. Some of them already know how to perform, but that's pretty much is something that we do, right? Tiny Desk, sometimes they'll get an underground artist on their platform, but are they really pushing it out like we do? Like, we do a whole effort. We put ads into it. We do centered marketing around every single artist that join our platform, and we put it on streaming, and that's a big deal, right? Us being the only platform that I know of on the radar is probably the only other one that actually put the streaming on the platforms. Like, my favorite example of this is, right, do y'all remember, actually, yeah, do y'all remember Gunna when he did the mic down, the top down, whatever? What's the name of that song? Yeah, I can't think of the song right now. That song was tough before he went on Colors and did that. But him being on Colors and then they posting that single clip turned that song up. Like, turned it up completely. So, but the thing is, like, that artist didn't get none of that streaming. Gunna didn't get 100% of like the rights to that. Like, when artists go on our platform, we actually we do a collaboration with the artist on our platform, and we give them a majority of like the rights to the songs. So they actually making money off people streaming them, and we only get a little bit of the producing rights because like we engineered it. But other from that, it's their song. So they also get another opportunity. Let's say I'll just use She Was a Fairy, right? Like, that song going crazy. But imagine if she performed She Was a Fairy with a band behind her and we post it on the platform. Now that's 2 different sounds of She's a Fairy, and that's also 2 different ways off the same song, She's Eating. And we kind of help do that too. So that's pretty much also another thing that we do that makes us different, and I stand behind that. That's something we probably don't talk about as much, but that's probably like one of my favorite parts of our platform. So, do I have a music background? No, I'll tell you straight up, I ain't gonna front it, right? But I am a huge music fan, and even with me being an archivist of music, I don't have a music background, so I'm not gonna tell an artist, oh yeah, singing this octave, yeah, I got a good ear for music where I can tell like, you probably wanna go to A flat or B flat, whatever. But I'm just not gonna do that. That's why one of my other co-founders, his expertise is audio. Like he have performed all around the world with different Christian groups all around the world, and he can like play like 4 or 5 different instruments. So he'll teach you what I can teach you with my background, right? Like when I was at UT Austin, right? My first internship was at Power 106 in LA. And like, I know music to that point. Like for example, one of my craziest stories I tell everybody how I got my big break of being known like in the industry is that in 2019, the biggest song in the world was Old Town Road. And I remember being an intern, I'm working for Nick Cannon, and literally me, 21, I'm telling everybody at this radio station like, hey, Old Town Road, like, this is it. And everybody looking at me like, bro, like, shut up, bro, you just 2021. I'm telling everybody that I know at that radio station. Nick Cannon, the direct host I was working under, Brianna, like, shout out to her though. I was telling everybody, and nobody wasn't listening until finally Brianna trusted me. She said, this Old Town Road song, is it really legit? I said, it's legit, you gotta trust me. So she kind of almost got in trouble, and she played Old Town Road on the radio station. Just trusting me, I'm telling her it's a hit, it got some buzz, wherever the case may be. So literally the day after she played it, her boss talked to her like, why did you play this song? Like, I see it is doing numbers, but you just don't do that. The next day after that, she got mad at me. She's like, man, I shouldn't listen to you, whatever. I'm like, dang, I almost got fired from a job that wasn't even paying me. Like, I was like, dang, like, maybe I'm wrong. The next day after that, I swear to God, Billy Ray Cyrus hopped on Old Town Road, and that song went stupid. And because of that, she technically broke the song. So when Lil Nas X was looking to do his first interview, he went to Power 106, and that was because of me. So his first interview ever was at Power 106. And literally because of that, now all the people in the office and like some industry people are like, who made that call? And I was like, I did. Like, I was the one that told it, and it broke, and now that song was #1. And so literally when Lil Nas X came to our radio station, did his first ever interview, I produced it. So literally off of that, like, I got a good ear and good intuition when it comes to like the music side. But like in college, I was a film major. After I graduated college, I worked for ABC News, worked for Good Morning America. And so I got a film background. So visually, I can tell artists like, okay, like if you wanna like pop out on the screen, this is what you do. This is how you perform. Make sure you put the mic in its placement. That's where I got expertise at, because I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not gonna be Joe Jackson. Like, I'm not gonna, Joe Jackson, I'm not gonna do that. But visually, I know what works. I know also what a star look like. Like, I've been around it, I've seen it, I trust my gut. So that's why I pretty much help artists in that area. Just make sure that our visuals is aesthetically pleasing. Like, are we looking for people? 100%, we're looking for people. We're growing like exponentially fast, but we launched in 2023, and the whole 2023, we didn't add nobody to our team. It was us 3 doing everything. Reaching out to artists, reaching out to business deals, getting sponsorships, reaching out to studios. We did everything because one thing we pride ourselves is we never gonna add nobody on the team who don't know what Front Row Live is. Like, who don't know our vision or who never been to any of our stuff or reach out. So pretty much it was us 3. Our team is 6 people now. We got 6 people in the intern, so 7. And so with all 3 people and intern that joined, they came up to us. Like, for example, the first person on our team, and also too, out the 6 people on our team, 5 of them went to college with me. They went to UT Austin, and they all different ages too. So it's like, wow, like, it's crazy. So I'm getting people that I've been in the trenches with, you know what I mean? So for example, the first person that joined our team, it's my boy Malcolm. He was my Neo, I pledged Alpha, and he's a talented graphic designer. And literally me and him was having a conversation because he just saw it on Instagram. He's like, bro, I don't know exactly what y'all doing, but this is tough. And he was like, how can I help? I'm like, bro, one of my co-founders, who is not really the most creative guy, sorry Devo, you're not the most creative guy, he's doing all of our graphics off of Canva. And I literally cringe at that every day, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So Malcolm's like, yeah, nah. Malcolm's like, yeah, I'm doing all of our graphics. So now he do all of our graphics, and he got a crazy talented background, and he handles our graphics. I haven't even gotten to the event portion, but the first event we ever threw in Chicago, we threw an all women's event. We had 4 or 5 women artists that just performed. I think and one of them was a transgender woman too, so we were very inclusive. And literally at that showcase we did, one of the girls there who was just a fan, she went up to us, she was like, she said, I need parts, like I need to join y'all team. Like I don't care, I'm not taking no as an answer, I'm joining y'all team. So literally, that's Ashley, she lives in Chicago, she does our marketing now. And then our 6th person is Jay, who just joined the team, analytics guru. Probably out the 6 of us got the best musical ear. So she's also somebody that went to UT. And she's actually older than all of us. Like, I wasn't actually in college when she was in college, but she literally seen the vision. She's like, yeah, I need parts. And like, that's pretty much. So to answer your question, I think it's important as a small business owner. It may suck, but definitely with your co-founders and your original team, everybody got to do multiple hats. You got to wear multiple hats. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, just so we can understand the vision, because when you start getting employees, like now I got 3, 4 other people on our team that they look up to me for answers and stuff. And I did every little thing that they done, so I could teach them this is how you do it. But also I give them the leeway, this is a startup, that if you see Front Row Live as this certain vision, let's try it, why not? Like, we built in our own world. Like, some people come into business already want to have it figured out. Like, nah, bro, like, no, we doing it as it go. But also too, like, you should start with your own certain values that you want them from, and then expand it. And that's how also with people with the team know what to do, and also feel like they are part of something and really feel like it's special. So when 2023, when we started, it's the 3 of us, our whole goal was just getting artists in these studios, pushing them out. And so at the beginning of 2024, we kind of had our first big curveball as a business, where the studio we were working with pretty much didn't welcome us no more. And we were like all distraught. We were like, oh my goodness, our whole business is about getting artists in studios, recording them Tiny Desk style. We had a certain look, and everybody that been on our platform, they loved us because how quality it looks. So something that I'll go throwback, right? When I was a student at UT Austin, 18, 19-year-old, during spring break, the one thing I did every spring break when I was in college is go to South by Southwest. Like, even if I would go to Cancun, go to Miami, whatever, I knew I'm coming to the end of that half, I'm going to South by because I had to go to some concerts, I want to meet people, whatever. And I remember this one particular day, and it's so crazy how all this lined up with Front Row. But I remember this one day when I was, my freshman year, I was with some of my homies, and we just walking down 6th Street because Lil Wayne was doing a free concert. And shout out to Wayne, GOAT. And I remember walking on 6th Street, and the group went ahead of me. I'm just walking back, just kind of reeling all in. And I see this woman on the side of me, and literally she's got like a mic stand, middle of 6th Street during the day, singing her heart out. And I guess she was beautiful, right? And all the guys walking by her just like, damn, you fine, like, ooh, And not listen to a thing this woman is saying. And she's singing her heart out. And I'm like, oh my God, these animals. Like, I was like, this is me at 18. I'm like, damn, like, yeah, she's pretty, but like, obviously her art is pretty too. Like, why is nobody's paying attention to the things she said? So I always had this goal that one day I was gonna throw an event for South by, and the first event I ever throw, it was gonna be nothing but, it was gonna be a women's only event. Like, even if I'm a guy, even as a man, like, we can create safe spaces for women to do what they wanna do, and we can create that space. Like, I don't have to be a woman to create women only events, right? I'm a heterosexual man, like, I'm straight. Like, I don't have to be gay to create gay only events and make them feel inclusive. Like, no, like, that's the whole point of being a real ally, a point of being like really inclusive. So I knew, like, okay, the first ever event if I ever get the chance to South by, I'm gonna throw a women's only event. So, and this is also when I'm also spiritual, like I believe in God, and I'm really I journal and I wrote this down. So when we had, this is like December 2023, January 2024, we basically had no studio. We need something to do. And I said, okay, wait, South by is coming up. When I was in college, I threw a lot of like different events, parties. So I know what makes a good one. And I was just like, okay, I told the guys, I was like, let's do an actual artist showcase. Like, let's bring Front Row Live to the people. If we can't bring the artists to us, let's bring it to them. So literally it's January and this one big venue, I won't say their name right now because it's beef, but we were supposed to do an event at this venue, and for our first event, if we would have got this venue, or we had this venue, it would have been crazy, but it didn't work out. So literally, we had this venue where we thought we had like 6, 7 women-only artists, 6, 7 vendors, women-only DJs, all of this stuff. Audio Max, shout out to y'all, they sponsored this event too. So everything was in place. And literally, the week before, no, literally 6 days before the event was supposed to happen on South by, the venue was like, yeah, we can't do it no more. I'm just like, what? Like, and they just canceled the event and let nobody use their venue. So now I'm like, what the heck? And I'm just thinking like, this of course this happened not only to us, but this is how like they treat like women. I just realized it because of course you just gonna cancel a women's only event, whatever. So literally, I prayed about it. I don't know what to do. And literally I start cold calling all these venues in Austin. So pretty much as I'm sitting here, I'm cold calling all these venues in Austin. One finally answers 3 days before the event, and they said, we'll love to host the event for free. And that's Busy Signal. Busy Signal was like, yeah, like we need people to come here. Like it's a Black-owned artifact. I'm like, okay, I've been living in Austin. This is a Black-owned business. I got you. And I'm like, dang, it's only 3 days before, 3 days of promo. And we throwing the event on a Tuesday during South by. I was like, bro, I never threw a Tuesday event. Like, and I gotta get a certain amount of people to come. I'm like, bro, what we gonna do? And of course, like, we've been pushing the women thing. So that was cool, but I'm just like, what we do? So we just went with it. We threw our first ever event. It's called Curtain Call. And now, and that event was very popular. It did good. And the craziest thing is, at the time, the DEI director of South by Southwest actually pulled up to the event. And he literally spoke to me. He said, this is one of the best events I've ever been to. We need to talk business after. So literally because of that, 4 months later, we did our first ever mixer in collaboration with South by at South by Southwest headquarters. And so that's why it's important just to stick through. And literally we did 3 events actually with South by in 2024. And that opened up the mixer realm of what we do. So that just kind of shows the power of just like persevering. And like literally because of that connection, the last South by event that we did with them, it was actually at the Thompson Hotel. Then the Thompson Hotel saw what we did, and literally a couple weeks ago, we just wrapped up a 3-month residency with the Thompson Hotel at Hyatt. All strictly because we actually did that event and we stuck through with it. So it's the power of like doing things and like persevering as a small business. Like it's tough, but also too, we now have South by Southwest as somebody we said actually partner with us, the Thompson Hotel, and also too Tequila 512. So that's 3 people because of that one event that happened. So that's the power of that. To go back to your question though, you said why pretty much do the women only event, but yeah, I literally always wanted to do a women's only event for South by, and literally because I had that vision. And now that's something where we just did it again this year. So that's gonna be our annual South by event, is women only artist showcase. And honestly, the women show love to us, honestly. Literally with our events, our ratio is 70% women, 30% men. Like we want to just be very inclusive to all different groups, whether you're a country artist, because even when we start thinking about music, right? That's the power of like Cowboy Carter. When you think of Black people, you only think of rap and hip hop and maybe R&B, but we also have country artists on. We also have pop artists on. So that's pretty much why the women deserve love. Front Row, we love like catering to women and having women vendors there and women artists, and that's pretty much why. And this is like our first merch drop. And we was gonna do a commercial centered around that event. And the merch is coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. So yeah, like we love the baddies love us. And you gotta cater to the baddies. Like that's one of the, if I'm really going to rant, y'all niggas don't be catering to the baddies, goddammit. So cater to the women, bro. Like that, women are the most supportive people. Black women are the most supportive people in the world. So I was raised from a black woman. Our whole team is first generation college students, and we all were raised in single parent households. So we all know the importance of catering to women, or my co-founders are. So we're gonna cater to women every single time, every single chance that we get. Yeah, nah, man, we actually get a lot of rappers to get out their comfort zone, because all they want to do is just sit right here and just like, You know what I'm saying? But no, like you gotta know how to work a stage. And also too, like we take some of the stems and we give it to our band, and they kind of like, or our music director, we kind of like come up with a good way where it kind of sound like very musically, aesthetically, like pretty good. So it is kind of hard, but we got a great band. I love them dudes. Like it's a 4-piece band that we normally use. So it's like a bass, guitar, keys, drums, and like they go crazy and they make everything sound good. So we had a ton of rappers like be on our platform. And also too, I'm gonna explain. So we have shot 45 performances for our YouTube, but we do 2 separate events, right? One is called Curtain Call. That's like our artist showcase. So since 2024, we have done 7 artist showcases. So I wanna say between that, we have had a total of like 30 artists who have done our artist showcases. A lot of those are rappers. So they also in person, this is not like a recorded thing, in person, like they gotta feed off the energy that they have. So we have done 30 artists who've done our curtain calls, and then we have done 10 Oasises, which is like our mixers. And the mixers right now is probably our most, it is our most popular event that we do. And yeah, we have some artists perform on there too, so yeah, that's that. So literally we have dropped 5 performances on YouTube this year, 3 DJ sets from our Oasis mixers. We have done 12 events in total in the past 6 months. With our last 4 that we done, so we done, let me see, we done 2 curtain calls, one in Austin, one in Chicago. We have done 7 Oasises, so that's like our mixers. 4 in Chicago and 3 in Austin. And the ones we do in Chicago is ticketed. So in all 4 that we've done in Chicago this year, we have at least sold at minimum 200 tickets to all of them. So we really finding a community that actually love live music, but also just want to just hang around, be with other music lovers. So that's something that I'm very proud of. And like Chicago is really growing. And then we did the 3 Oasis mixes in Austin at the Hyatt Thompson Hotel. So, and those were free. So that's something that's been very cool. So like, I'm from Dallas. It's a crime that we haven't did nothing in Dallas yet, but it's coming. But actually what's coming too, because me and my other co-founder is from Dallas area, but my other co-founder is from Houston. So he really want to go to Houston real bad. But if everything go right, our next city is actually going to be New York. New York is like, when we look at our analytics, we got some love there. And I'm really want to do something in New York by the end of 2025. So if everything go right, I say New York and Dallas will be the next 2 cities we pop up in and do at least a mixer. We throw our mixer event there. So yeah. If somebody listening to this and you know what I'm saying, you got a venue or something in Atlanta and there's a need for live music events after work, like hit me, like we can do it, you know? I'll pop up. Like I truly see us, like we said that we're the live music Mecca, but I see us being the #1 live music platform in the world, honestly. That's where I see our brand in the next couple of years. Like I see us opening up our own studio, maybe somewhere in Texas, whether it's Austin or Dallas, where pretty much, if you were, Lil Baby just had a concert here last night, where Lil Baby, when he do his Dallas run, he's stopping at our Front Row Live studio and we doing a performance. Just like when you in DC, you stopping at Tiny Desk. When you in Germany, you stopping at Colors. Like that's where I see us being. So I see that happening. Employees wise, we got 6. Realistically, because we're different from other platforms where we throw our own events and we create in the world like that. So because of that, I see us having eventually like 20 employees, like around there. Because right now, as a co-founder of a small business, like my everyday is actually pretty insane. And everybody on our team works a 9 to 5 too, right? So like, for example, every day I'm at least taking, I wake up and I'm on TikTok, Instagram, trying to find certain artists that I think would be good on our platform. So that's what I wake up to do. After that, I may reach out to them, DM them, and be like, hey, like this is a great platform, you may want to come on. On top of that, we have actually on our Instagram, we have a forum for artists who want to like come on our platform already, who reach out, and we get something daily of an artist that want to be on our platform, right? So then it's like, we look at those inquiries, we do a meeting with them. So that's kind of pretty much what that looks like on a daily. It's just a lot of meetings. And then it's also too just a lot of like planning our marketing, planning our content schedule. And then on top of that, trying to find sponsors, because being at a studio costs a lot of money. And so we want to find like businesses to kind of help cover that and be like, hey, like in exchange, here go ad placement, exchange merch placement. And I think what makes us kind of like even more difficult than some other brands and platforms is that we also, on top of shooting this long form content for YouTube, we also host our own events. So like Oasis is a monthly event that we do in Austin and Chicago. So with that being said, that's us finding venues in those cities. Luckily with this year, we got partnerships where we just stick to one venue in Chicago and one venue in Austin. So pretty much like now it's like doing marketing to now get people to actually come to those events. Like for example, the last event we did in May, a couple weeks ago, was the day one of Beyonce Cowboy Carter tour in Chicago. So we decided, okay, a lot of people are not gonna be able to pay the tickets, the price to see the Queen, right? So we gonna throw our mixer on the same day as her concert. And like the way I'm super creative and like going back to again with me in college, I've been throwing events all my life just for fun, and people love to come to my events. And it's because usually I do something very wacky or creative at my events, like at every single one. It's always a theme, it's always something. So at this Beyonce event, I remember telling the team, I'm like, hey, I know there's a club that we're doing this event at, but I want to put a mechanical bull beside the bar, inside the club. Some of them was like, what? The other was like with me. I said, nah, like,
that's fire.
It's like, I know this is part of like my vision, but like I'm the only one on our team that thrown like big events before. And they were like, all right, F it. So I literally had to call, mind you, I live in Dallas, but I'm literally calling all these places in Chicago, who got a mechanical bull? Like I need one. Found a homie that knew somebody that had a mechanical bull, put it in the spot. So we had a mechanical bull in the spot. Also too, we had 4, going back to the women point, we had 4 women DJs spinning. Also too, with the mechanical bull, we were like, okay, to the person who rode the mechanical bull the longest, let's buy some secret drops and we're gonna give them some secret. So that was something that was like crazy. Then on top of that, like we just created like a world with that. So when we building these worlds, it's something daily. Like it's always something daily with a small business, but doing pretty much 2 businesses in one is always something. So, and it's also making sure my team is good and make sure also our mental health is good too, because it is very stressful right now, but we just want to make sure that everybody's taken care of. So that's that. But I do see us just, 20, 25 employees, everybody playing their role, and yeah. My name is Kasim Kabbara, and we're Front Row Live, and I just want to shout out SMB WRLD. And y'all actually is very inspiring because my team is 6 people, 5 of us went to UT, right? And we all black on our team, blackity black. And the fact that y'all 4 people that went to UT, y'all probably all friends at UT Austin. And UT slogan is what starts to change the world, right? And that's something where I remember when I first went to UT, I thought that was corny as hell. I'm like, nigga, shut up, nigga. But honestly, as I'm just growing older, I'm in my mid-20s now, like it really do. So shout out to y'all for creating this platform. We need more platforms like this to teach other business owners what other business owners do. That's definitely something, financial literacy in the black community, in any POC. That's something that we really struggle with right now. So shout out to that. And shout out to anybody that's here because of SMB WRLD, because of Front Row Live. And I hope to see y'all watch our content or come to one of our events one day. Maybe we can collab one day. And yeah, just keep going.